Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Adult Coloring with ILene Vick, and today I've got a nice surprise for you, something special that I'm going to be showing you out of Worlds Within Worlds. It's not the coloring that I was showing you with the eyeshadow, which was this. I wanted to make that clear so that you're not confused on the videos. This is the project that I was working on in my other video, and this will be continued in my next video. So I just wanted to clear that up so that there's no confusion. All right, so I like to doodle. I'm not an illustrator, but I do like to doodle. I like to make things custom on my coloring pages, as you know by now if you've been a long time subscriber. And I got to looking at Kirby's book, and I started to notice some really neat things about it that just really piqued my interest. And as a result, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and do a video or two. Well, actually, it's going to be one video, which is really the introduction to the process that I'm going to show you. And then from here on out, as I'm doing each page and each coloring, I will show you what I've put extra on the page. That's the whole point of this video, is to teach you how to do that. Now, I don't want to lose you on this and have you say, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I'm not skilled. I'm not an artist. Trust me, you know me by now, that I'm never ever going to show you something that I don't think that you can't do. That's not the point of my videos, and you know, you should know that by now. So let's take a look at this book, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. This is such a cool thing. I think you're going to get a kick out of it, and all I ask is I want you to please watch this entire video so you can see what I'm doing and realize that you can do what I'm going to show you. Again, I can't draw. I can only do little simple things. And so I felt that if I can do them, you can do them. All right. So here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So you recognize this as the camel with the mountains on top. And what I'm going to show you, let me zoom you in a little bit, is if you have this book, go ahead and pull it out for me. I'm sorry, I meant to tell you that at the beginning of this video. So here's what I want to show you. I want to show you some of the extra things that I'm doing on each page to enhance the illustration. Now, this is a pretty cool process. It's again very simplistic, and it's straightforward, and by the time I'm done, you're going to be able to do this too. All right, so if you've been able to turn to this page by now, you're going to notice that your page is not as dark in these areas as this page. So that's one of the enhancements that I wanted to show you. Is I got to looking at this, and I thought it would be really cool to go ahead and darken in with my pen the areas that Kirby had drawn. Now, this pen is my micro pen. It's 0.2. Gosh, I can never see this. Wait a minute, let me look underneath here. Ugh, my eyes, I'll tell you. 0.28. It's a very, very narrow, thin line pen. You've heard me talk about it before. See how small of a line that makes? Let me pull you in a little closer here so you can see this. Yeah, I mean, this is just a very, very fine line. And you want a pen, you don't want a marker. All right. So what I'm doing, and I'm not going to do this all the way through because I'm not coloring this page yet, but I will be using the eyeshadow on it along with my colored pencil. And what I'm going to do is, by making this darker, I'm then going to go back through and make lava out of this. Nice bright red, reddish brown lava, and then make the billowy smoke. So the thing that I want to show you here is, as I'm doing that, watch, I'm going to make little enhancements here with it using this pen. And again, when I get to this pen, I'm going to show you this. But see, it's just these little things that I'm doing to make these more fun to color. Okay? See, in this case, I'm just adding a couple lines. Now, don't think that you have to do this before I do the page. Again, as I do each page, when I do the enhancement, I'll do it and you can follow along. All right, so very quickly on this, because I've got a project that I'm doing now that I'm going to show you, I want you to see how I'm making these lines a little bit darker. And all I'm doing is just going over the same lines that Kirby colored in, drew in. And what's going to happen is, as I do this all the way down, it's going to make these channels really stand out. So see, you can see how that's really standing out now. And that's what I wanted to show you. See, look at that. And I'm willing to bet that you never even thought about doing this. Now, I've said this, oh my gosh, a ton before. I've heard so many people say that they're afraid to mark and their books are going to screw it up. Oh my gosh, guys, it's only a coloring book, and you know, worst comes to worst, you buy a new one. But what I would have you do is make a copy of this page and then go ahead and practice what I'm showing you. All right, so I'm going to do one more, and that's going to be it. Look how cool that looks. All right, let me pull you out, and you can see the one next to it, and you'll really see the difference. See the difference? All that is an enhancement with this pen on this page. And I will walk you through it. Now, what I'm going to be doing, I gotta quit this because once I start on this, I really go at it. But let me show you one more thing here that I'm gonna be doing on this page when I get to it to color it. See all these trees in here that Kirby drew that really are just kind of representations? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there and I'm going to start making these trees bushier. Okay, and actually they may not be trees, they may be shrubs. Okay, but look, a couple squiggles in there. Look how neat that looks. Isn't that cool? And by enhancing this, it's going to make it more interesting to look at and definitely more interesting to color. See that? And guys, I'm just making little squiggles here, you know? See? Look how cool that looks now as compared to how blank this looks and how full that looks. That's the type of things that I'm going to be teaching you as I go to color these pages. Now, I'm not gonna go through and do all the pages and then come back and color them. As I get to whatever page I'm going to color, I'm going to show you, you know, whatever enhancements I'm going to put on it. Now, with these birds, I put these little movement dashes. Let me pull you in here, move the camera. at that, isn't that neat? And you don't have to do it on all of them, you can just do one. And also, what I like to do is watch this. See, you can draw your own birds. You can draw a little teeny tiny bird. Isn't that neat? If you're not comfortable doing it on the page, there's two ways to fix that. You can do it on a side piece of paper, and I would highly recommend that you do that because it creates what's called muscle memory. And as you start drawing these and you draw like 20 of them, you're going to get really comfortable with it. The second thing you can do, which I've done a lot, is you can use a mechanical pencil. And so by having that, if you screw it up, all you have to do is erase it and make another one. Isn't that cool? So you could make a whole slew of birds. If you really wanted to, if you want to get really creative, you could just start making them bigger as you go along to indicate that they're closer. So see, there are a lot of things that you can do with this. And these are the types of things that I want to teach you as I start coloring through this book. Now, if you have any particular pages that you want to color, that you want suggestions, you're going to have to get in touch with me and let me know, and I'll consider doing the coloring on it. All right, so let me show you a couple of these. It's really kind of funny because I started doing this the other night and I just couldn't stop. I just couldn't. On this one, you see these three little spiky things that are coming down? Well, I went ahead and added 3 more on this side. Didn't have to do it, but I did. You can add another falling rock if you want. You can go ahead. I also added a little wave here. See, you can't even tell what I've added because of the way that I've done it. So these are the things that I want to show you and want to get you comfortable with doing. All right, so did I play with this one? Yeah, I added, on this one, I added a longer jet stream on that. So I really, and see over here, if you want, here we go. You can add some more seagulls to that. Isn't that cool? In fact, I could almost see adding seagulls coming out of this bubble. But before I do that, I want to play with it. All right. So let me see here. There is just, oh my gosh, so much you can do with this. Look at that. You can add more seagulls there, or birds. My mind's on seagulls for some reason. You can add some more birds over here if you want, however you want to do it. All right. Now, on this particular one, as I'm sitting on the page, and I'm just doing this off the cuff right now, I could see, watch this. Make sure you're within camera view. You know me, I pop out every once in a while. Look at that. And go ahead and add a little bit of shading there. Totally changes the picture, and I think makes it a lot neater. And all I'm doing is adding straight lines and ink. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And that's why I'm really starting to warm up to these books by Kirby, because I discovered that I can, because of the way he sketches, I can add, I lost my spot. I can add my custom markings in here, and because his drawings are somewhat casual, I put my casual markings on top and you don't even know it. See, I can put them right on top. I can add stuff as I go along. Look at that. And look how fantastic now that makes that whole piece. It just makes it pop. And see, I'm not even going to add any more line. I'm just going to basically trace over what he put there. I'm going to add a few there. Excuse me while I get some water. You know I always have to do that. But I really hope some ideas are popping in your mind with this as I'm talking about it. And you know that I will guide you through this so that I'm not going to leave you hanging. All right. So yeah. Now look at this one. Look at your book and look at what I've done. I was messing around with some pencil. And that's where I'm saying, if you're not sure, you use your pencil first and then you ink it in. I'm not 100% satisfied with these waves, so I'm going to change it. But look, I went ahead and I put in a line of waves right on top of the crown. And then I went through and copying the style of Kirby, I went ahead and added some extra fish. See here, let me make sure I'm within frame. You know, I'm do that every once in a while. Look at that. Zoop, zoop, done. And again, I'm doing them in pencil. Look how that just changes the whole landscape of this crown. Now, you don't have to do this. You don't. So as I'm showing you how I'm going to color this, if you don't want to add this extra stuff, then don't. That's fine. One thing that I can see doing on this, and I'm going to go ahead and ink this in right now because I think it'll be really cool, is using my pen, and I'm going to darken, okay, the line on these little pearls. Look at that. Look how they pop. So guys, I really, really hope that your mind is churning with ideas now as I'm showing you this. Look at the difference now between these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I did down the side. Isn't that neat? Just neat. And of course what I'll do is I'll do it all the way, even these little teeny tiny ones. Look how those pop now. I know that you're the view is a little bit distant, but that I want you to see this that way. Look at that. Oh man, I gotta quit this. I'm having too much fun. Is that not neat? I mean, look how that makes that whole thing come out. This is why I want you to stick with me within this video, because I want to show you how straightforward it is to do this. Look. See, now I'm just following Kirby's lines on this. Look how that pops now. And I'll do that all the way through. I really got to quit this. I'm going to having too much fun, like I said. Look at that. Is that not neat? All right. So I haven't done anything on this page. This page. Okay. So we've got the little mermaid. Let me pull you in. So we've got this little mermaid. And if you're looking at your original, if you have the book, you can see exactly what I did. Look at all the little extra fish I added. Now again, I've done these, so I'm doing them in ink. Look at that. Isn't that neat? And then I added little movement lines on her fins. I added movement lines on the whale. I added movement lines on this little guy. So there's just so much you can do with this, just to play with it. I mean, one of the things that I can see doing, oh, I'm just really trying to stop myself, is going ahead and using the ink pen and darkening all these lines. I think that would really pop this and just make it absolutely beautiful to color. Ugh. Please stop me. Don't let me do this. Isn't that neat? All right. Oh, heck. All right, I'm going to do one. Watch. Watch this. And again, I'm just using my narrow pen because it matches the line weight of what Kirby put in. Look how that comes out. Isn't that neat? Oh, yeah. Look how that's going to pop that whole piece now when all of these other ones are done. Just neat. And again, let me zoom in. You see all these directional lines here? I am following the directional lines. So let me show you this. See how I'm doing that? Oh, that just looks so neat. Look at that. Now, I'm going to pull you out so you can see the whole thing. Look at that. Is that not? Oh, I just love it. And imagine now that whole thing done just on the ridges here, and then enhancing it either with the eyeshadow and or colored pencil. Just cool. All right, I gotta get off this page or else I'm gonna keep going here. All right, this one here, I am thinking of putting a waterfall down this and hitting the mushroom and then bouncing off and hitting the other mushroom. And I would do that in pencil first. So I think that that would be really neat to do that. Maybe one on this side and then maybe one coming off over here. See where that is? Okay. Now, some pages may not lend themselves to this enhancement. And that's why, you know, don't do it just to do it. Now, actually, I could see doing it on this page. See where this little area is here where all the penguins are? Yeah, penguins. So I really want you to think about what I'm telling you, because look at that. This is such a simple and straightforward enhancement that you can do. And you're just following Kirby's lines. That's all you're doing. Isn't that neat? Look how that pops that and makes it stand out. So the point of this video is to show you how to enhance over in existing lines, and also how to add markings of your own, which I'm going to show you when I get to the page that I want to do this tutorial on. But I'm getting hung up having too much fun here. See? Look how that pops that out. Cool beans. All right. I'm getting other ideas on this page. I really gotta quit. Okay, so here I just added a couple birds to this one, just to show you. I mean, on here, if you wanted to go ahead and add like another little leaf, look at that. See? There's just so much you could do on this. Okay, here's the page that I wanted to do this tutorial on. I'm almost afraid to flip through anything more because I'm gonna stop and make more markings. I think I showed you the ones that I was really excited about. Yeah. Oh, one more. This is so cool. Okay, so if you go to this page in your book, you're going to see that these water droplets were not there. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Simple little water markings here, droplets. I added one there. Didn't do anything past that yet. Let's see. Over here, and I did this on a couple of other pages, I add a little trail line for the bug. Let me move you over here. I also added a little trail line for this bug here. This one, there's just, again, so much you can do with this. Added some birds there. Oh, added leaves here. Let's see, I either added the leaves or I just colored them in, and look at the little trail lines I put on the leaves. And I put little motion thingies on them, on the antlers. So yeah. And I put in leaf lines on here. I think that looks so much better than just the plain stuff. And I could see darkening in these lines on the antlers. That would just look so cool. Oh, I just see so many things that can be done. Here I've been adding the little bubble marks, you know, that you see when it's just showing a bubble. Pull you in. See there? I'll show you how to do that. Yeah, I think I stopped right there. Good thing. All right. So there is just a ton of stuff that you can do. While I was flipping through the pages, let me show you another little technique. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to pull you down this way. All right, so you see the lines on the flower. Let me show you something fun on these. I'm just going to shade in the area next to the flower. Look at that. Isn't that neat? And that's going to make this look, oops, got to get right down to the bottom there. That's going to make that look so cool once that's colored. But I wanted to show you this. And on this part here, if you just want to go ahead and add a few lines, see, that's why the weight of this pen is so important, because you can barely tell where I've added any lines. Look at that. I am going way beyond what I intended to show you today, but I get so excited with these other pages. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then when we go ahead and do this with, again, either the eyeshadow or just the pencil. Look at that. Oh, just gorgeous. So we've got the custom drops. Let me hopefully get you further away. I've got the custom water drops coming off here. That fish looks like one that I added. Yeah, it is. I know I added that one because he got a little chunky. Oops. But see, just all the neat things that we can do. And that's exactly what I want to show you. Look at this. Done. 2 seconds. All right, I really need to get back to where I wanted to show you. Oh, I hope I've given you some neat ideas. Okay, so now I'm getting to my tutorial for today. Yay! All right. So you'll recognize this drawing in the book. It's in the, it looks like it's in the very center, maybe. Okay. And I did a bunch of custom things on here. So I didn't do too much internally, but I haven't finished with this page yet. So I may do more things just for the fun of it. So, a couple things that I did. Let me pull you in. I really, really hope I'm whetting your appetite with this stuff. And again, just because I've done something particular on a page doesn't mean that you have to do it. If you're uncomfortable with it, don't. But again, guys, I wouldn't show you stuff that I didn't think you couldn't do. All right, so you'll notice on here, I just continued the lines down to finish the little figures here. I added a little sun on that one. Haven't really done too much with these, but what I could see doing on these, because there's just so much line weight that's the same, is go ahead and darken in just certain aspects of the frame to pop it. These little frames here of each little picture in here, vignette, I don't know, is that what it is, are pretty busy. So sometimes you got to do something just to make it stand out a little bit. So yeah, look how that furniture stands out now. So I wouldn't do the walls, okay? I'm just going to do the furniture. Okay. And I'm going to do the planter just a little bit. And again, I'm just following the lines that are there. Boom. Done. Okay. Now, the other thing that I did, and I'll try to catch everything, but I'm going to show you how I did this, is, let me go here. I added lines on here to make this look like wood. So I closed off the lines here, right? Because on yours that was open. And I drew in wood grain. Very simple. Just long elongated C's over here, just little lines here. And again, I'm going to be drawing a couple so you'll see it. Let's see what else. Oh, added some smoke to the chimney. And I'm going to do more on this as I get to coloring it. But for this video, I just want to show you these things that I've done. Let me pull you out just a tad. All right. So here I made this wood, which I'll color brown, okay? Now, these are the hinges. So what I did is I put little upside down U's to make that look rounded. And when I color this in, remember how I've done like 3D stuff? I'm gonna do it on here. I think that, I don't think it's too narrow for me not to do that. And then I darkened in this line, and then I drew in more upside down U's to make it look like it's circular. And then I had to change direction with the U because of the bottom here. But see, I'll color that a silver. Let's see, so the windows, I added the streak marks. Very, very straightforward, very simple. Okay. I think on the curtains, I added a couple of lines. Yeah. And if you really wanted to be fancy about it, you can just darken that above that and below it where the little sash is. See, I'm just adding streaks there. Let me pull you in and show you. Watch. Okay, look at that. Isn't that cool? Okay, so more window marks here. Did it there. Let's see what else I did. Yeah, I think for now that's it. What I would probably do over here, because this is so busy, is go over the lines of the table with the pen just to make it darker. I think my pen's running out. Wait a minute. Let me tap it. I have a wood table, and what I do is I put the cap on, and then I hold the pen about 2 inches above, and then I drop it, you know, and then it bounces back up into my hand. And that's how that moves that ink for me. All right. So let me make sure I'm in frame. And I'm going to keep you out there because I want you to see how this picks up the table. And it makes it more prevalent in the drawing, which is what I want. Now you got to be careful. There's little books there. Yeah, so see now that table is sticking out more. That's exactly what I wanted. All right, haven't done anything here yet because I want to, don't know what I want to do with that yet. I'm going to do something with it. All right, and then on the bottom, I added the grass because the thing's open. Let's see here. Let me go over here. And you can't even tell on these boxes, on a couple of them, I went ahead and added vertical lines. Let me do one for you so you can see. Yep, cool. Okay, and I've got, move my book, and here again I've got the wood here, and again closed off these lines, and then in my horizontal lines I just did dots. I literally just drew in the dots. Okay, this side I added a couple of tick marks on the shoes. Didn't really do too much with this. Again, I just did a few things. I'm going to go back and see if there's anything else I want to do, and that'll be my tutorial when I go to color this. But I got to finish up that moon for you yet. Okay, the little butterflies, I added the little fly marks, dashes. Let's see, down here, didn't really do too much. Let's see. I think what I would do is just add a few more lines carefully to the water spouts, okay? Because I want that to be a little more prevalent. And then I would go ahead and add, I'm not really adding, I'm just drawing over and enhancing, let me use that word, enhancing Kirby's lines here. And again, I'm deliberately keeping your view away a little bit so you can see how that changes the picture. Isn't that neat? So now I've pulled up a couple things that were just getting lost in all here. Yeah, I may do the bushes here a little bit. Again, don't get overzealous, because if you color in everything or enhance everything, it defeats the purpose, right? Because it's all going to blend together. But yeah, look at that. See how that bush now stands out a lot better? Yeah. I love it. Okay, so let's see. There. All right, and let's see. On this side, I added the window streaks. Here you can see I added bows. Isn't that neat? Look at that. I just added simple bows. I'm not going to, do on the curtain what I did before on the other side. I'll just leave that. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to enhance that just a little bit. I'll take 2 seconds to do that. And again, guys, I really hope that this is whetting your appetite as to what you can do. I have not done anything complex. I told you, I'm not an artist. Oh, I'm sorry you're not in view. My bad. You know I've got to at least do that once or twice, right? That's why you love me. Okay, so let's do that. Much better. Look how that pops. Okay, so then again, I did the windows. Now, look at this. I added cracks in the wall. Very simple. Just made a little... All right, I gotta move you over because my book's trying to fall here. Just made a squiggle line. Okay, well now I got another crack. Just made a squiggle line and then drew the line there and made that second one. See? Let me see, I'm gonna pull that down just a little bit. There we go. That looked wonky. All right. Let me pull you out. So overall, you can see all the neat things that I did. You can see the grass that I added. I'm gonna do a couple more things on here. Haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do. Don't know yet. I may put some horizontal lines in there. I just gotta decide what I wanna do. Yeah, haven't decided yet. So again, that's the things that I've done so far. And when I go to color this, I will show you everything that I'm enhancing so that you can see. Yeah. I'm just looking at this here. Yeah, I'm thinking of enhancing the two trolls. Okay, I'll do it. Here. And again, I'm leaving you pulled out because I want you to see how I'm doing this. Now here, I'm not really adding any more lines. I'm just drawing over each individual line because I don't want to darken that up like I did there. So that's another thing that you need to decide. Do you just go over the lines that are there, or do you darken the whole thing? Oh yeah, see how that troll just stands out now? Okay, so he stands out more, which is what I wanted. I don't feel really the need to have to do the face or anything. The body's fine. All right, let me look this guy. And I'll pull you in for this guy here just so that you can see. Okay. And again, it looks a little wonky close up, but trust me, when I pull out the camera, you're going to really see the difference. And it won't look so wonky and messy. Okay, I'm happy with that. I think we're good. I don't really think I want to darken anything else because the trolls are the main thing. Okay, so let me make sure that you're not, yeah. All right, so there's the piece. So you can see the two panels where I darkened in these things. I darkened in the chairs now, which make this pop, and then the stand. I think for the moment that looks really good. And this brick, by the way, is going to be perfect for using the eyeshadow on as a, you know, wash over that, and then maybe a suggestion of a few lines there. Oh, I was going to show you how to do the wood. Okay. So I went ahead and I closed off this line. Okay. And did a few of these curvy lines. Okay. This horizontal line is going to be dots. I got to get my other pen for that one. It's my regular Pilot. Otherwise, if I'm using my teeny tiny pen, I gotta literally draw on the dots, where this, all I have to do is touch it. All right, so let me do these. Now, you don't have to do dots. You could do like horizontal lines if you want. But you got to be careful about that, because if you do horizontal lines, that's going to be kind of close to your wood enhancement. Close that off, close that off. Got a little oopsie there, that's all right. All right. So, back to drawing the wood. Not difficult at all, very straightforward. I mean, honestly, it's just squiggles on a vertical bar. That's it. What I want you to do is, if you're not sure, just go ahead and use, make a copy of the page and practice on that. Okay, done. All right, let me do a couple more bars so you're so I know that you're comfy with it. See, you did this. You can do this. All right, let me pull you out just a tad. So on this side, we've got this part facing outward and that part facing inward. So I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, with my thicker pen, I'm going to go ahead and dot this. Now, you don't want to get your dots too much in a row, but I had to do that in this one area because it got really narrow, so I really had no choice. All right, but I just wanted to let you know, once you get to a point that you can expand them, go ahead and move them around. Excuse me. All right, so now I'm going to go back with my super narrow pen, and I'm going to draw in my wonky little lines. Please tell me that you're looking at this and saying, oh yeah, I can do that. I can do it. I can do it. Yes, you can. Oop, got on the outside a little bit. Oh well. I really want you to be excited about adding all these little enhancements. And again, I'm really excited about it because of the way that Kirby does his books. It just lends itself to doing this. And you can have so much fun adding this stuff. I mean, you saw how I was earlier on those other pages. I just couldn't stop myself. Okay, so I've got that side of the wood done. Now, the only thing that you've got to be careful of, which is going to be a little bit touchy, is you just want to be very, very careful that you don't make lines on this that look like it's part of this. So we need to be totally separate and different, okay? And when I color this, I'll color it different colors, slightly different colors. So that's the only caveat to this. Okay. And I see we got some horizontal dots I missed. All right, so again, starting out, they gotta be almost straight because there's just not enough room, but I'm really trying to bounce them around a little more. Yeah, there we go. Dang, that looks good. Kirby should hire me. Just kidding. Okay, so and again, just make sure that your pattern, if you decide to do this on yours, doesn't run into this pattern, because you want them totally different, because it's a different face of the wood. That's the only thing I would say that you got to be really careful of. And again, I just hope that you're brimming with ideas for your book after I showed you how straightforward this is. Yeah. Okay, I think that I'm pretty much done. I'm about an hour right now. I think I'm pretty much done for now showing you these enhancements. Again, I'm not going to color this yet because I need to finish my moon that I'm doing for you. Let me pull you out. One thing about that is I haven't shown you any enhancements on this one. What I'm going to be doing is working on that tree a little bit. Because I want the individual, see this, yeah, let me get you here. See this individual thing? By adding the squiggles the way that I'm doing, it's really making these pieces, the parts, a little more individual, okay? So you just kind of got to think about what this tree is doing. See, I've made an individual circle there and one there. This is just a top, so now I'm going to go ahead and add more of a bottom. So now that piece right there is individual. And see, everywhere that I've added something, it looks a little bit darker. Darken that in. And that's another thing that I'm going to do with the tree when I get back to doing the video around it, is you see what these dark areas are? The shaded areas. Now watch. Look how making that dark and really pops this. Oh guys, I really hope you see the potential with this, now that I've shown you this. Look how cool that looks when I darken those lines. And see, again, I'm just adding on top of Kirby's drawings. And I really hope that as I'm doing this on this particular book, that it gives you ideas for other books you may be coloring in. I really would like to see you pop out of your normal routine and do stuff like this. Look how that whole thing now just pops up. Look at that. And now you can really tell where I haven't done this. One thing, we've got individual trees here. So keeping that in mind, watch. See, I'm just going to enhance that edge a little more. See that coming out now? All right, so now we can see this tree as a standalone, okay? Now, on this one here, I see this tree coming over on top of that tree. I got to be really careful because I don't want you guys that are following me on this moon, the moon tutorial to miss out on this. But see, I'm going to darken that little puppy around the edges. Now, remember, when I go to color this, yeah, I got to decide here. Okay, we'll do it that way. Okay, see how I've outlined now this tree? So it's coming over and then back this way. And when I go to color this now, I'll color it accordingly. Is that not cool? I love it. Oh, I gotta quit, because it's part of my other video. And then, of course, there's ways to enhance these trees. I really gotta quit. Please stop me. Somebody grab my pen out of my hand and stop me, would you? Look how cool that looks. All right, I really am gonna stop this. See? So now you can see this tree infringing over here, right? This tree behind it, and then this tree over here. And then when I get back to my normal video, which will be my second video, I'll show you, I'll do this tree so that everybody else can see. All right, I'm gonna quit. Guys, I hope you had as much fun. I really enjoyed showing you this. The main thing I want you to understand, especially with Kirby's books, is there's just so much you can do with them by adding extra ink. I mean, look, on this other page here, let me pull that. See the bumblebees? See, I added a little line there. You can add little lines. All of this can just be enhanced. The sails on the ship, these lines can be enhanced and then colored. I'm really trying not to reach for my pen to do that. Okay, but you saw what I did here. You saw what I did here. Look how neat that looks now that I put it back in front of you. Just so much you can do. Anyway, what I really want you to see is you can do this and you can enhance these books. And once you enhance this book, you can enhance other books, which I've been doing all along, but I don't think people have really been picking up on it like I wish they would. But I think by doing it here, you can really see the outcome and how straightforward this is. I'm done. I promise I won't pick up my pen. Slap my hand if I reach for it. No. All right, guys, this is ILene Vick for Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Of course, I'm doing Worlds Within Worlds. I showed you how I've been enhancing this whole thing with my pen. You know, the panes, the glass, just enhancing the certain pieces of furniture, for example, so it pops out. Yeah, lots of fun. So, thank you so much for joining me. Joyous, joyous coloring. Bye.